Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I'm going to start the way I always do by requesting devotees to please come forward. There's a lot of women and brothers, and we want to accommodate the devotees who will be coming in later. Let's make room for them. Before this whole coming with us, we welcome you all to this amazing gathering. We call it Sunday Love Feast, where devotees come together and glorify Lord Krishna in a very loving way and serve. So,
before we continue with the announcements, we are very honored and grateful to have this grace waiting to Prabhu. So we are honored to have you here as both the Srila Prabhupada disciples. Many of us have seen Srila Prabhupada except that. So they not only saw Prabhupada, but they served Prabhupada also. They led their lives under Srila Prabhupada's instructions. So we are really blessed to have you here. Thank you very much. Needless to say, they are actually his father-in-law from Devamada Prabhu, parents of Vrindavani Mataji. So let us express our gratitude for their divine presence. The Lord is having 3 days anymore. This way, their presence, please do come. And actually, I'm requesting Prabhu to come and give class in the future. Actually, we are trying to fix out the schedules. He's traveling back and forth. Hopefully, it will happen sometime in September.
We're very honored to be here with all of you. So thank you. And for some people, it's thank you. It's all right.
Is there anyone who's visiting us for the first time?
Anybody else?
Is there anyone else who's visiting us for the first time? Okay, great. Very nice to see that we have a regular devotees. But if you know your friends, family who like to take amazing association that you are having and enjoy this bliss, please request them to join. And joining on Sunday is the perfect time. They can see the whole program. Right? We have amazing darshan, arati, kirtan, katha, and amazing prasad for everyone. So I'd like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to Sunday Feast sponsor. We have Nilima Joshi Mataji. She is sponsoring Sunday Feast for on the occasion of her husband, Naren Joshi Prabhu's 75th birthday. In the leadership role. So thank you very much, Prabhuji and Mataji, for being integral part of the congregation. Prabhuji is there pretty much every program. And I first came to know about him. I met with his son, Anush Guru, right? So he's amazing. He's a very sincere devotee. For your kind support and being there and honoring us. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Can we chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the bottom of our hearts to express our deepest gratitude and shower the blessings of Shishata Gopi Chandvala, Nitapati Gaurari, and our dear Shri Prabhu to this amazing family. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Thank you very much. And for upcoming events, next weekend we are celebrating Radhastami, the most auspicious occasion. I heard in a class that's even more potent and opportunity to invoke mercy than Sri Krishna Janmashtami, because we cannot approach Supreme Lord Sri Krishna without the blessings and support and recommendation from Radha. So the flyers are already getting distributed. Please promote it. We have a full schedule. We are celebrating as part of Sunday feast starting noon, and celebration are going to continue till evening about 8:30. So there are a lot of activities. We have a drama, culture activity, bhajan.
दिखेगा नहीं क्या चल रहा
Okay, without further delay, a request today's Sunday feast speaker to take his place. He's none other than His Grace Sacisuta Prabhu. Sacisuta Prabhu is very integral part of our congregation. He is there from day one. I remember when I first moved into Michigan, 2010, first program I attended, I think it was third week of October, and guess who was singing in this amazing gathering? Sachisha Prabhu. So he's known for his love for Kirtan. He's front line for all the Kirtan program, whether it's a Tuesday program, outside preaching, Thursday Kirtan, or the biggest Kirtan program in North America is Sadhu Sangha. Prabhuji coordinate and who cooks and he support all the devotees there. Prabhuji is very senior member of the congregation. He got into process about 2001, 2002. Am I right, Prabhuji? Around that time, it was about 24 to 25 years. He's formally initiated in 2006. He's Brahman initiate. He's Pujari, preacher, cook, and amazing devotee. So, and he's very well versed sadhu. I remember his class that he gave on Harina. I still remember the point from this. Thank you very much for your continuous support. Let's welcome His Grace Sachisha Prabhu in our traditional way by 3 times loudly chanting. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. One more thing I'll say. I don't know. I'll feel bad if I don't share that. Right? Prabhuji's love for Kirtan is above everything. Right? He had some medical situation. It's known, so I'm going to say Prabhuji had a surgery. And we came to know that he had a surgery. He's going through the surgery right now. And next day, I'm in the temple upstairs and I hear his voice. It's like, how come he had surgery yesterday evening or yesterday afternoon? How come he's singing now? He cannot be Sachisha Prabhu. And I peeked and yes. So Sachisha Prabhu's love for Kirtan is that very next day of his surgery, he was in the temple singing for Krishna. And I think he was chastised as well by a couple of doctors that please don't be here. So thank you very much, Prabhuji. His Grace Sachisha Prabhu ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And everybody say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you all. Thank you, Shri Prabhuji, for introducing. I'm not qualified, but devotees are merciful. They always glorify, even though deserve the glorification. But yes, the Kirtan was, yes, I was doing the Kirtan, and you know who sent me back home? His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So Jagadguru Prabhu told him that I have surgery, and he asked me, what are you doing here? I said, I just came to take darshan of you in this temple. And then he called my wife, where is your wife? Take him home, don't let him out of the home for the next 10 days. So that was compassion of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj recently celebrated his Vyas Puja. Thank you all for coming this afternoon for this most auspicious place in Michigan, Shri Radha Gopi Janavallabhadam, Ekachakradam. And I have no qualification to speak, particularly in front of my Shiksha Guru here, His Grace ISKCON Prabhuji, who has been, our inspiration for me and my wife for a very long time, when Prabhuji was traveling all the way from New Vrindavan every weekend to cultivate us in Krishna consciousness. I'm literally shaking just to speak in front of you, and also very honored to have Prabhuji and Mataji. I met them in Hawaii when we went to the Hawaii temple, Prabhuji and Mataji was serving there. And they would like to travel many places. That's what Devmata Prabhu told me. Because when I said, we want to have some program, they said they're always on the move. I don't know where they will be next. Thank you, Mataji and Prabhuji, for your presence. So let's very short kirtan and then we'll start. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamuna Tira Today, I would like to share a few thoughts on how we can apply Krishna consciousness in our day-to-day life. And many of you are practicing Krishna consciousness, and some of you may be new, so you will get some introduction, and then we'll discuss few points from whatever I heard from our senior acharyas. I will share. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashtakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Gatule Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Acharani Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshtarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasani Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So we are all here to discuss Krishna Katha, which is very, very important for this age of Kali. Nityam Bhagavata Sevya is the principle. So we are very fortunate to have this wonderful dham facility within our very own reach. Sometimes when it is available so near, so we take it for granted. That is the human mentality. I was one time working in Topeka, Kansas. Anybody knows Topeka? It's the capital of Kansas. There, I met one devotee. I used to go to Satsang, Srila Prabhupada's disciples, who disciples, they have a small farm community in Lawrence, Missouri. So I used to go weekends when I used to work there. And I used to have their association, Rokirtan and Bhagavad Gita class. And I met one Mataji with the 2 kids. And she is an Indian body. And when I was talking to her, she said, "Oh, I used to live in Detroit." I said, "Oh, I'm from Detroit. So where do you live?" So she said she was living in Ross Point. Her husband was a doctor. And they had to move because of his profession. And on a winter day, she traveled an hour and a half to come to take that association. And I said, "Have you visited the Detroit temple?" She said, "Unfortunately, no." So they were living in Grosse Point, but they never visited Detroit temple, which is basically a suburb. They're next, right next. So the point here is sometimes we take it for granted, and then, Krishna has his own plan. He will put us somewhere where we'll be hankering to take, darshan. So humble request here is, please take advantage of this wonderful opportunity and facility. Come every day and take darshan of these beautiful deities, Shri Radha, Gopi Janvallabha, Nitya Padan Gaurari. Vaikuntha Prabhu, when I just wished him, he said, "That's so beautiful deities." This is the first comment. So we have to count our blessings here and take this wonderful opportunity. And when I said we are all fortunate that we are able to share Krishna Katha here, which is very much required for this age of Kali, including many personalities in Srimad Bhagavatam, like Dhruva Maharaj or Prahlad Maharaj, or including Lord Shiva. They were all hankering to hear Krishna Katha. What they're asking is, they're not asking any other boon. They're asking to hear Krishna Katha eternally. And it is also said, wherever Krishna Katha happens, Krishna told Narada that he is personally present. Of course, we have other Gopi Janvallabha here, but wherever, any place, any circumstance, when you're talking Krishna Katha, when you're sharing Krishna, Krishna is personally present. So in Srimad Bhagavatam it says, Shinvanti Gayanti Grananti Abhikshana. O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities, or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. So Kunti prayer. So what is that? Who continuously hear, chant, and repeat. What are the hearing, what are the chanting, and what are the repeating? Transcendental activities. And not only they take pleasure in others doing so. So we have different speakers, as Yugal Kishore Prabhu has been telling, like we have yesterday was emphasizing the point, we all should take advantage and come for Srimad Bhagavatam. If not, we can come personally, at least here online. So that's what here it is saying, take pleasure in others doing so. And what happens if we do that? Certainly see your lotus feet. That's the goal of life. Which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. Who wants to come back to this material world? Anybody here wants to come back to this material world? No. Yeah. How is everybody doing today? You see all smiles, that means you're all happy souls. Maybe because you're You are sitting in front of Shri Shri Radha Gopijanolava. That's why you have that bliss. If you step out, then generally what do you hear if somebody asks, how are you doing? I'm okay, I'm doing great, isn't it? But I was hearing from some senior devotees telling that is an answer when you are under the influence of anesthesia. What is this anesthesia? He said he is comparing ignorance with anesthesia. So if you are in serious trouble, health trouble, and you go to the doctor, what do? They give anesthesia. Prabhu is doctor, he is sitting there, he's nodding his head. So they give anesthesia and they do the surgery, isn't it? So whatever the surgery, without anesthesia, they don't do. So they do anesthesia. So he's comparing anesthesia with ignorance. Actually, in Kali Yuga, everybody is under the influence of anesthesia. It is ignorance because everybody is saying they are very happy. Even though the scripture says, Dukkhalayam Ashashvata. But still everybody thinks they are, I'm okay, I'm doing well. You know, that's what happens. Nobody will say, like, no, I'm not well, I'm not well. But anyway, so what is our position when we are in this material world? Our position is Jivera Swarupoi Krishnera Nityadas. So how many of us are aware of that? We are not aware of it, isn't it? Like, no? How many of us made a choice to be born to such and such parents, in such and such family, in such and such country? Anybody here planned their arrival into this material world? No. We just came by the will of the Lord. And based on our whatever previous karma. And then somebody named us and we started recognizing ourselves with that name, isn't it? And then we continue with that name, we identify with that name. But scripture says our real position is we are servant of the Lord. There are three aspects which I was hearing from one of the senior devotees, that self-awareness is one aspect, self-preservation is another aspect, and self-realization. So these are the three things. So let us briefly talk about what is self-preservation and what is self-awareness and what is self-realization. Self-preservation is on the bodily platform. Since we have taken birth, as we just discussed, we are in this material world. Now we have to maintain this body, yes or no? Yeah. So by scriptural reference, we say we are not this body, we are spirit soul. So it doesn't mean that we who are not in this bodily platform. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people are in, what do you call that? PDS, pure devotee syndrome. Actually, a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, I was in Seattle. It's an unfortunate situation. I met one of the devotees whom I know from a long time. He is an initiated devotee, he and his wife. And he had met me in a grocery store. And he was very happy to meet me. We were talking about his daughter, my family. And he said, how is Harry? I said, who's Harry? I said, that Harry, we used to talk to him. I said, what are you talking about? He said, oh, Harry, I called him once and he said he doesn't know me. I said, whom are you talking about? He was talking about His Grace Hari Vilas Prabhu, who was an initiating guru now. Who has developed the whole ISKCON Seattle, very, very vibrant community actually. I said, why are you addressing? He said, no. He went through a lot of this PDS is very dangerous actually. You have to, when you are in the material world, you have to balance your, situation. Otherwise, what happens is, he used to work as an SAP consultant and he used to go travel, and because of his PDS symptoms, he never used to take any food anywhere, even though vegetarian, and he used to survive on fruits. So many things he was doing, because it's a long time. It's not that one-time meal. So he has to be there for 4 days in a week, whatever it is. So he went through a lot of mental issues, and then he went back to India, came back, and so finally he left the movement. He left the movement. He left the movement basically. Like he's no more practicing Krishna consciousness. So we have to be careful when we talk about us. My spiritual master once said, His Holiness Indranand Swami Maharaj, when he came to actually the Viva Cultura program, the Russian program he had on the way stopped for a dental problem. He had to pull out one teeth. And he said, more than 40, 50 years I've been practicing. I'm not this body. I preach. I'm not this body. I'm spirit soul. When he went and sat in the dentist's office, when they were pulling the teeth, he said, no, I'm this body. So the point here is, we cannot just neglect the body. There is a reason Krishna has given this body. This body is a vehicle which we have to maintain to use from point A to point B. What is point A? Our body, which took birth. Point B, which is our destination, which is we all want to go back home, back to Godhead. So for this journey, we are given this vehicle. So it is our duty to maintain our vehicle. So your car, you regularly take for maintenance, fill the oil like that. So we have to take care of this body. We cannot neglect it, which is very, very important as spiritual practitioners. At the same time, we cannot overdo it. You understand what I'm saying? So you cannot overfeed it, or you should not oversleep. Prabhu, I have to take care of my body, let me sleep for 10 hours, 12 hours, like Kumbhakarna. No, actually we sleep. 1/3 of our life, you are sleeping 8 hours, which is a kind of mini Kumbhakarnas. All of us. So we should not overdo anything. And then, do a lot of physical, aspects of the body. Spend more time on the body. Whatever is needed, just clean up the body. That is needed. Yes. And when it comes to spiritual preservation, most of the population fall into this preservation, self-preservation. Yes or no? Isn't it? From morning till night, the rat race. Get up, get ready, go to work, come back, and then all the week they talk about the weekend, isn't it? So the weekend, and then weekend comes, and then they enjoy, and then this cycle continues. So most of the population fall into this self-preservation. But our scripture says, Atato Brahmajnana, self-awareness, which is very important. That is the aspect of realizing that you are not this body, but we are spirit soul, which Krishna spends a lot of time in Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter. What is a soul? What is the size of the soul? And how it is eternal. Even though this body we leave at the time of death, but that soul is eternal. It stays always. So we have to learn the ABCD of life. Previously also shared ABCD. A is, Yeah. But so what I'm talking about, you are A and you are traveling from B to D, and there is C in between. You are A person traveling from B to D. What is B to D? Birth to death. And there is in between C. The C decides how we are leading our life. C stands for choices. Every second, every moment, you are given with a choice. Yes or no? Many of you made the great choice to come here, but mind presented something, isn't it? Shall I go? Why today, like with sunny weather, let's go enjoy outside somewhere in a park. Yes or no? So these choices are always there. And like they say, bad dog and good dog. Which one you feed, then you are going in the right direction. So you are, again, one round of applause for all of you who have come here. Because I'm saying so many souls all around. So many people are living all around. So many communities. But Krishna gave you this opportunity to come. You just desired, yes, I want to go to the temple. But the sanction has come from Krishna. Many obstacles would have come. But Krishna made it possible for you to come and sit in front of and take its wonderful darshan and attend the Arti. So these choices are very important for us. We have to focus on self-awareness and we have to transcend from self-preservation to self-awareness. So when we are realizing we are a spirit soul, then comes self-realization. What is that self-realization? That is, why am I here? What is the purpose of life? And where am I going to go when I reach that BCD? Remember, you are hitting that D. So what is going to happen after D? Nobody thinks about it because what it says is www, the internet, wine, women, and wealth. So that's what everybody is thinking about. Who knows what's going to happen in my next life? But that's why it is very much essential. When I started, I said, we have to hear Krishna Katha. Yesterday, Prabhu has taken us to, wonderful, wonderful class. Actually, I was scared to speak today. I was telling Shyam Kishore Prabhu, after hearing that class, I'm scared. I can't, because I'm kind of in elementary school. I'm just learning ABC. But the point of it is, whatever a speaker is speaking, it's not my merit, but his grace. The blessing is coming through this mercy, what we are holding here. The words are coming because of their grace. We are just instruments. If something good is coming, you are able to take it. That is their mercy. If something bad, then it is my deficiency, which I'm not able to convey. So, and in the morning, Haridas Prempali Mother is quoting this, Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagavan Jeen, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai, Bhakti Lata Beach. So, according to the karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary system. Some are going down into the lower planetary system. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master. By the grace of Krishna, by the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. So for some of us, somebody gave us a book, or we attended temple program like some of you have come here. So this is our great fortune. The scripture is saying, out of millions and millions of people who are living, these living entities are wandering around, and fortunate soul will get in touch with a spiritual master. And Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karayuda. Dormant devotional service to Krishna is within everyone, all the living entities. It is there within us. Simply by associating with devotees, hearing their good instructions, and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, dormant love for Krishna is awakened. So that is the goal for today's this talk. Because you did all this, you are associating with the devotees, and then you are hearing some Krishna Katha, and you chanted the holy names. You actively participated in the Kirtan, in the Arati. So what should happen? The dormant love for Krishna should awaken. That seed should start. Guru Krishna Prasade by Bhakti Lata Beej. Beej means the seed. It has to start. And then you have to have that association on a continuous basis. It's not like one of the activities, check mark. Sunday feast, I attended, check mark. And then I have done this, check mark, check mark. No, there should be some exchange, not only with the devotees, but with the deities. Last time I was quoting, you see like many people come, pay obeisances, they just step out and you ask them what color of the dress did the deities wear. How many of you can answer? Difficult question, isn't it? So Sri Gopal Prabhu is, closely watching. One thing I don't know, none of us watched. He said, today, Radha Gopi Janavallabha's dress color is matching with Lalita and Vishaka. See, the devotees, they're always like, okay, how somebody dressed today, how beautifully the pagadi is made, what Srimati Radharani is wearing, how nicely the guy. So you have to have that, first of all, relish that darshan and also have that exchange with the Krishna. They're beautiful. They're always ready to hear from us as a Supreme Lord. So I would like to narrate a story. I know some of you heard this, but this is my favorite story. So I would like to share which we can draw some good lessons from this story. You heard this story from me previously, but some of the new people are there. So this is about a cow and a tiger. Who knows this story? Some of you heard it. So one time, the group of cows, all the cows were grazing the grass nicely. It was a sunny day like today. Beautiful meadows. They were eating grass. And one cow, she thought the other side of the place, other side of that area is much more greener. We always have that, isn't it? Right now? That's why we are here in the United States of America. Because we thought here it is, but because our group 14, at least we are in Krishna consciousness. That is our great fortune, I would say. And you are seeing where we are going, this country. Anyway, I can't say much. I am online. So this cow, like many of us, thought like, let me go and eat grass on the other side. So it left this group of cows and then started eating that. And you know what tiger does? It tries to see where one of the animals is separated from the group, because the tiger is also scared to attack in the group. So once the cow came out, then it went and started attacking. And the cow started running, the tiger started running. When your life is in threat, it went on. Then suddenly, what happened? There was a quicksand. The cow went into that. And the tiger also, because it is chasing, it went and also it went into the quicksand. Quicksand, what happens? It will suck you in. But the more you struggle, the more it takes you in. So cow is there, tiger is here, struggling. And then at that point, cow realized, it's going down. So both of them stop. And then cow was smiling at the tiger. And said, how dare you smile at me? Who do you think I am? The cow smiled and said, I will ask you one question. Do you have a master? Then the tiger got further infuriated. He said, how dare you ask me there is a master? I am the master. I am the controller of this whole forest. How dare you ask me I have a master? Then cow again smiled and said, I have a master. You will see the difference. And as the sun set, the master of the cows, the cowherd person who came and searched and looked up, he was short of one cow, and he went on searching and came to the quicksand. He put a rope, pulled out the cow, and then as the cow was going back, it smiled back at the tiger and said, see, this is why I was smiling at you. The tiger was left in the quicksand. So the lessons we can learn from this is an example which illustrates, as long as we are there in the association of devotees, we are in the safe zone. Very, very essential as spiritual practitioners. Because the moment we step out of this association, Maya is ready to attack us. So that's why when I started, I said, like, please don't take it for granted. This holy dham is there near to you. Come every day, as many times as possible, even within a day. As Prabhu says, make your home temple whole week, but make the temple as your home in the weekend. You don't need to cook. There's prashadam available here. All you need to do is come and do some service, hear Krishna Katha, do kirtan. So many, plenty of services available. So make temple as your home during the weekend. So always be in the association of devotees. Even during the week, you have facilities, online facilities. ISKCON Desire is there, even our Farmington Hills website is there where you have so many lectures, everything. So it went away and then it went into the danger. Yes. And you cannot think yourself as the master. I am the controller. That is the biggest problem when we have taken birth in this world. The mom thinks she is the boss of the home. The dad thinks he is the boss because he's earning. Isn't it? And I just heard yesterday from somebody, it said, a marriage is a workshop. How many of you heard this? A marriage is a workshop. Why? Because husband works and wife shops. So I thought like he's going to tell me something, workshop means, he's trying to relate something. And he said, husband works and wife shops. I mean, I was agreeing here. I know Mataji won't say anything. So, it is, controllership. Because as we just heard, what is our situation? We are Krishnera Nityadas. We are the servant of Krishna. So if we take that position, then and also we think we're all the children of Krishna, then we respect each other in a family. Nobody claims proprietorship. And then the last important point from this small illustration is to have a spiritual guide, a spiritual master in one's life. Those who are practicing, those who have not aspired to take shelter of any spiritual master, I would highly encourage do it as fast as possible. Those who just started, make a rapid progress. Please realize the emergency. Many times you will mention, many of the acharyas also mentioned, we don't realize the emergency situation we are in. Anybody thinks we are in an emergency situation? No. We all think things are going great. As I said, no, I'm okay, I'm doing well, I'm doing great. But emergency situation is, I don't know how many of you are aware, nowadays we are hearing, 40s, particularly mid-40s, people are just simply having silent heart attacks. There are 4 cases. Actually, yesterday I shared somebody, devotee care, a devotee from Phoenix, just silent heart attack. So that emergency we have to realize, because birth we don't know when we are to birth. That's by Krishna's grace, and when these breaths are going to end, we don't know. How many ever breaths we have to be serious and take this process of Krishna consciousness serious. I'm talking to myself here, but it's a generic point where you have to take the shelter of a spiritual master. For any subject you want to learn, obviously you approach a spiritual master. Yes or no? You want to learn music, you want to learn Mridanga, kids are learning Mridanga, you want to learn mathematics, or you need a teacher. Similarly, for spirituality also, we need a teacher. But generally what happens, spirituality means, oh, I know Krishna, I know Bhagavad Gita. Prabhu, you have to remember God's name. Yeah, I always remember. But do we? It's a generic answer, yes. Because even, I go for Bhakti programs, and then I see some other people attract. हाँ प्रभु जी मैं हमेशा भगवान का नाम लेता. Is it true? Like no. So we are cheating ourselves. We are cheating ourselves. When the process is there and when the guidance is available, this facility is available. Bilkishore Prabhu is there, Brahmacharis are there, so many preachers are there. They are ready to give their time to share about Krishna. So it is for us to come and take advantage of that. And as once we realize that we are spirit soul and we realize that we are the eternal servant of Krishna, and that is the relationship we have with Krishna, what is it we have to do for going back home, back to Godhead Krishna? So these are the questions, fundamental questions we are supposed to ask. But nobody has time to spend time on self-awareness. I was listening to Radheshyam Prabhu, he's telling like self-awareness and social awareness. That's another subject he was talking about. Social awareness, we are very much interested, isn't it? We would like to judge others, but not judge yourself, because you're always correct. So social awareness, क्या हो रहा है? Neighbor home में क्या हो रहा है? Neighboring country में क्या हो रहा है? Politics में क्या हो रहा है? So all these things, this is social awareness. But nobody takes time to introspect and do the self-awareness, because they are always on the platform of self-preservation. And as practicing sadhakas, as I said, some of the practical things what we can implement, many of you know, is to utilize our time and engage our senses for the pleasure of Krishna. What is the goal of life? We have to realize. One time one reporter asked Srila Prabhupada, what is goal of life? What is the purpose? What is the goal of life? And Prabhupada said, enjoyment. The reporter said, oh, I fought him. Prabhupada is saying enjoyment. Prabhupada said, Krishna's enjoyment, not yours. So, unfortunately, we are on our enjoyment platform, isn't it? What is it there? What is it in there for me? क्या बन रहा है मेरे लिए खाना? क्या हो रहा है इधर? Everything is self-centered. But what happens when you start practicing Krishna consciousness is the center moves from you to Krishna. It is just a shift. It is not asking you to quit your jobs, whatever profession you are in. Prabhu is a doctor, is an electrical engineer, or software engineer, you're a manager. There are so many doctors in our congregation. Prabhu said, they come and do arati here, put tilak. So it doesn't matter what profession you are in and what stage you are in, or what situation you are in, or whether you are male, female, colored, of your skin, doesn't matter. No discrimination. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave that mercy. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradaya. Freely he has given. And our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada came to the Western world and then he gave it. He didn't see what color you are. He gave it freely. The impossible task, he made it possible. So we have to realize that and act on that platform. Try to practice yourself and also give Krishna to others. And we all have 24 hours in a day. Anybody has more than 24 hours? We all have 24 hours. Whether you are a multi-millionaire or a beggar on the street in San Francisco or downtown, you see homeless people. Everybody has 24 hours. Or if you are a very, very intelligent and rank 1 student or somebody who is failing, he also has 24 hours. I was listening from one of the brahmacharis. He was telling, phone nowadays, everybody has phone. Yes? Yes? So the brahmachari was sharing, one of the brahmacharis came to me and said, Prabhu, this phone is a boon for me. Once this phone I started using, I'm able to access the whole Veda base. I can access all the lectures. Go to ISKCON decided any Swami, any Prabhu, all the lectures are there. I'm so thankful to this phone. And another brahmachari came and he told him, Prabhu, this phone is literally distracting me. Because the moment I open, I'm going from here to here, this social media, WhatsApp, this, that, this, that, this, that. Phone is same, both are brahmacharis. But how you are using that consciousness, the focus with which we are using that makes difference. That's why we have to use the time. Whatever 24 hours time you have, as I said, 1/3 we are anyway sleeping. And 1/3 we are giving it to our boss. And then rest 8 hours. What are we doing? At least give some time to Krishna to express our gratitude to him so that, we are repaying the debt, because this human life is very, very, very rare. Very rare to obtain. Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam says, if you see a turtle, not tortoise, which is there under the ocean bed in the Pacific Ocean. Oh, Pacific Ocean is huge, and turtle is this. It is in the bed of the ocean, and it is trying to come up and take a fresh air. And as soon as it comes to the surface, it so happens there is a floating log and it has a hole in that. And it goes in through that hole. What is the probability for anybody who is doing mathematics? A log is floating in an ocean, and then this tortoise just want to take a breath, and it went straight through that hole. It's impossible. And again it went down, and then again came up. Again, same thing happened. So that's how rare is a human form of life. But we just take it for granted. So if something happens, then we realize its importance. I don't want to name somebody who has just sprained his shoulder. He's not able to function. Then all the focus go on to the shoulder. Yes? Yes or no? But before that, you took it for granted. Everything is working fine, you took it for granted. As soon as something happens, when is my shoulder going to get ready for whatever job we are doing? We have a family surgeon actually. He had problem in his hand. He's a surgeon. He came out of it, but focus was there. Sometimes you will become non-functional if that is the key, element or part which is needed for you to function. So don't take it for granted. Whatever time is allocated to us, realize the urgency and then focus on that. I know I'm just close to it. I'll just end with one simple story, which I don't know whether you heard it previously. How many of you heard this Socrates story from anybody? Maybe. I'll just share this. One time, Socrates was approached by one of his friends, and he told him, I've seen your disciple somewhere. I just want to tell about him. Socrates said, what happened? So before you tell, can you apply this triple filter? He said, oh yeah. So the first filter is it good or bad? The person said, it's not good, it's bad. Then he was hesitating to tell about it. Then Socrates said, that's okay. Let's apply the second filter. Is it beneficial to him or not? No. Okay. Is it true? I'm not sure. How many of you face the situation in life? Somebody comes, and we are ready to hear, isn't it? Oh, the devotee, chuck. Our ear goes. What happened to the devotee? What did he do? Particularly if you are not going well with that other devotee, you would like to. So that is human tendency. And Socrates said, if it is not true, if it is bad, and if it is not beneficial to that person, why are you telling me? So when we speak, we have to be watchful of these three aspects. How many of you like the story? How many of you know it is there in Bhagavad Gita? How many of you that is there in Bhagavad Gita? When I first heard this story, oh my God, what a nice story. When I was going through the pages of Bhagavad Gita, it is there, 1715. Isn't it? Yes. So, if somebody takes it and puts it as motivational speaker, if he speaks and puts Socrates' name and preaches, we are attracted to that. I was hearing, like, actually it's a fact. What does motivational speaker do? What does motivational speaker do? So there are so many motivational speakers. You open the YouTube, you have so many of them. Now the recent professions, what is the recent professions? Not doctor, engineer, or a lawyer, or I'm a YouTube influencer. I'm a YouTube. What do you want to become? I want to become a YouTube influencer. I want to be instant grammar, whatever, Instagrammer. Huh? Or something. Everybody wants to do something in YouTube. So you go like motivation. What does motivational speaker does? What does he do? Yeah, he will motivate you, but what does that motivation do? He will tell you, you work hard, use these principles, and be successful. All the motivational speakers speak for success in your life. Yes or no? Tell me one motivational speaker who is talking other than success in your life. How can you be successful? Yes, is this the topic? Yes. But what does it that success will end when we reach from B to D because of those choices you make. Yes, you must have done triple fellowship or PhD. But when you take birth, you have to start with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Yes, you have to start again. So, we should be very careful as sadhakas. I'm talking to myself here because I'm working on it. That's why I'm speaking. How we speak, how we control the senses. Lust, anger, greed, envy, false ego, illusion. We are all fighting. This is a struggle. As you can show, somebody was practicing 40 years. They have not become they are not perfected that. Maybe Vaikuntha Prabhu can share. He has been practicing for a long time. It is a struggle. Every day is a struggle. You get up in the morning, it's a struggle to chant our 16 rounds. It is a struggle, to get going with the life. So the only shelter for us is, what is our only shelter? Is divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shila. Because he has given this valuable gift for all of us to practice by translating these scriptures into English, because of which thousands, millions of people across the world, it's not just in United States. Can I end with a few minutes, just 3-4 minutes? So somebody who was put into practice this Krishna consciousness, I will just paraphrase it. I have this diary chapter. Many of you have read Ragaleka Mataji. Anybody read Ragaleka Mataji? Story? Prabhu knows. Anybody knows. So she is a Russian devotee. And His Holiness Indra Maharaj, he writes diary chapters. One of the diary chapters many years ago, he wrote about this Mataji, and which stuck in many people who read it. It will be staying in her heart. She is a Russian devotee, and when Maharaj was visiting Russia, he was inquiring about her with the temple president who was taking him from the airport. And he said, yeah, Ragalek Mataji, living in one room, and she is distributing books, Prabhupada books. So Maharaj, she invited Maharaj to come to her home. So basically to the home. So Maharaj went and visited. And she is living in a small room where she has Govardhan Shila in the corner. the Shaligram Shila, Lashinga Shila, and she calls him Lala. And Maharaj asked her, so is it you alone you are living here? She said, no, I'm not living here. I'm a guest here. Lala lives here. So this is the first principle for us. So when we invite Gaurita deities or if somebody is exalted other Krishna deities, we call it their home when they're, because we are living in their home, serving them, working for them. So then it becomes everything Krishna centered. So, and then Maharaj asked, what do you do? I said, I distribute books. So what else you do? And she said, 13 years ago, you instructed me to distribute Prabhupada's books. And the temple president said, day in, day out, in minus 20 degrees temperature also, she was going out and distributing books. All the 13 years. Almost 30 years. He met, sometimes we just instruct, like the instructions come, but she took it to her heart and she's been doing it. And temple president got glorified. She was distributing books and she was keeping all that money to give it to you. And she went and brought the bag of money and gave it to Maharaj. Maharaj said, you are living here, you don't have anybody. You should use it. At least use this to come to Vrindavan for Yatra. She said, no, Maharaj. This Lakshmi, you have to use it. Then its a benefit will go to the people who have taken the books. See her consciousness. And that's the life she is leading. And Maharaj was so appreciative of her. She said, actually, he was so humble. He said, like, I am learning so much from this devotee. It's not easy. Can you say, like, she faced, even she was beaten up. Police said, these are not areas where you can come as a woman, you go back. But day in and day out, she's going and distributing and doing the service. All because of instructions of the spiritual master. So we have to have a firm faith in the instructions of the spiritual master, because along with the instruction comes the ability for us to do that service. So with that, I will end here. Please forgive me if I misspoken anything because of my ignorance. I try to share whatever I heard. I don't have any realizations whatsoever. As I said, I'm just in elementary school learning from all of you, in fact. So please bless me so that I can progress and imbibe these words which I have spoken. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So we have two announcements. One is Radhashtami, which already announced. Some people join a little later. So next weekend we are celebrating Radhashtami. Very, very, big festival for people who are following Krishna consciousness, because without Srimati Radharani's mercy, we cannot approach Krishna. Like at home, if the child wants something, who does he go to? He goes to mom. Yes, Ram comes to mom. Mommy, I want this, I want this. Then mommy will put the requisition to daddy. Then it's fulfilled. Like that, whatever spiritual aspirations we have to take shelter of Srimati Radharani. So Radhashtami, please mark your calendars. Invite your friends, families, neighbors, colleagues next Sunday. Okay? And we have amazing opportunity to participate in a picnic. How many people would like to have picnic? Enjoy picnics. So this picnic is a spiritual picnic, and Yugal Kishore Prabhuji is kind enough to taking all of us to New Vrindavan Dham. How many of you had been to New Vrindavan? So those who have not gone, please make a desire. This is an opportunity. This is 25th, 26th, 27th of September. So please reach out to any of the devotees if you have desire, if you have not gone. It's a beautiful facility which was maintained, and you have Radha Vrindavan Chandra, like Radha Gopi Janora, they have Radha Vrindavan Chandra. They have amazing temple, lodging facilities, prashadam, restaurant, kirtans. They have nice lake where they do swan festival, swan boat festival, where they take deities and then do fireworks over the weekend. So please take this opportunity, approach any of the devotees and attend this wonderful spiritual picnic on September 25th at 6:27. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Last week we had wonderful Janmashtami celebration. More than last year, this year we had more number of